We're going to clean this. It's pretty dirty. Before you start cleaning the car, maybe it's best to remove the wheels because these are vented and we don't want water inside. So now about the car. Best thing you can do is first take all the debris off. The biggest debris with the toothbrush. So get it as clean as possible. Use an old toothbrush. I do suggest if you wanted to clean it thoroughly, take it all apart. First, I clean on the side. Then you let it sit for a couple of minutes. Then you take a brush. You see all the dirt coming off. I understand that not everybody has a hose in available, but you can do it in another way. You take this and rinse it off. So now the underside is clean. Now we're gonna flip it around, and because it's not that dirty over here, I'm gonna put a tire on here, underneath here on the front. So now the water goes to the back. You can of course let it sit and dry like this, but that's going to take a while, especially if it's still winter. First use a rag, get the excess water off. Don't use pressured air. It's going to blow all the water inside your bearings. Like I said, it's always better to take it completely apart. And when you think you got it all wiped dry with a cloth, you can use a hairdryer. So first we're going to take this thing apart so it's easier to work on and see if there's other damage. This is busted, and the hinge pin. These inside are, yeah, they're a little torn, but I think they'll do for just now. I have a new hinge pin made from carbon fiber, 5mm stick. I think this is going to hold up for one drive. We'll see how it works out. Yeah, they definitely need some grease in there. So, there it is. And as you can see, there is rust inside. We're going to regrease them, put some new grease in there, and they will work as before. You can do this also with an ultrasonic cleaner. Get them into some gasoline, throw them in there, and they're clean, and then put some new grease in there. So this went a couple of minutes in the ultrasonic cleaner, and these are the bearings. So see how dirty they are. See how clean they are now. Of course, you have to dry them out before you re-grease them. You can blow them out with compressed air or let them air dry. So they are now completely dry, and as you can see, they work pretty good now. See, now I put some grease in there, and I use Bel-Ray waterproof grease to do that. It's also made in the USA, so you can find it in somewhere in the neighborhood, of course. Re-greasing bearings is messy. You better have some towels ready. Dab like this and shove it in there and turn with it at the same time. And turn them around. Put a dab in there. It's fully packed. Then after they're all done, you put the shields back on, and then you wipe them off. Now we're going to put the shields back on. You push them in there. They're cleaned, and there are two sides on there. You can see the black thing, and you can see here there's a crevice in there. So the crevice has to go on the inside. And you push it on there. So this one's good.
1 hour later.
That's that. These things, the screws, they come loose. So put some blue Loctite on this thing, and yeah, it's a hard time to get this in there. And I found a little thing, maybe that's easier. Buy one of these magnets, and then you can put it over here. Like this. The screw is in there. Now turn this one on, and there's blue Loctite on there. So because I noticed that these screws do come loose. Also, I see everybody complaining about bad steering and stuff. If these things, these pillow balls, aren't subtle enough, and like this, if it doesn't turn right, These are too tight. Loosen them. Don't give them too much play. This is perfect. So your steering has to go like this without binding. And the binding occurs with these things. So loosen them up. And so the steering is completely free. These pillow balls are very important. Check them regularly. Don't make them too tight, otherwise your steering doesn't work. Broken off. So this is a little bit bent, but we're going to straighten it with a hammer. Now we're going to try and fit this carbon fiber one in there. Don't forget to put Loctite on these things. You're gonna lose them if you don't.